Hi everybody, thanks for popping in. I've got a new video coming at you with my new kind of updated foundation routine. This is something when I have an extra 10 minutes in the morning that I like doing because I know my skin is gonna look flawless, I know it's gonna last all day, and it's still gonna look natural even though later you'll see that it doesn't look natural at first. Keep on watching for my new foundation tips and tricks. The mornings that I have a little bit of extra time, this is what I do. So right now I have my brows and mascara on. I have no eyeshadow because who's got time for that? I have no foundation on. I don't even have moisturizer on, so I'm gonna put some of that on. I'm just gonna show you what I've been doing lately. It seems like it's more intense than what it is. It's kind of Scott Barnes-like. I actually used to do this years ago. I didn't really know many of the techniques. So now that Scott Barnes is kind of coming out into the open a little bit more with YouTube and showing us the reasons why he's doing some of these techniques, that gets me going back to what I used to do. So I'm gonna do a little bit of this. Now, I am not doing this to make a full glam look. I'm doing this to add shape and definition to my face without going super thick and heavy. So let's get started. So I just applied some moisturizer with a little bit of MAC's Original Fix Plus, and I'm actually gonna go in with this contour palette. Most of these products, all of these products are actually gonna be MAC. I work for them, on call, visit me, MAC Halifax, a couple times a month. I will be there. Honestly, their products for the price and the quality are there. So I am gonna use all their products today. This is my favorite cream contour palette. I don't use creams often. I've been getting back into them lately. Creams look more natural on the skin. They have a youthful glow to them. And what I'm gonna use today are the Dark Honey, which is the shade here, Earth Girl, this shade here. The second and the third shade are what I'm using. Now you can get this at MAC Pro, online only, or a pro store near you. And I'm using this Morphe brush. Have no idea honestly what the name is. So when you smile, see how you get this nice round cheek? I'm gonna hug that. It's gonna look nuts. And bring it back. Now, I personally have a really big kind of wider jaw. If I go too high, it makes it wider. The reason why is the light is bouncing off the light areas, and if I make the light area taller, it's gonna make it wider. So I try not to go too high, but I also try not to go too low. When it comes to my nose, I have a longer nose, and it's bigger here than it is up here. So what I like to do is just draw a line straight down. Draw a line straight down. See how that looks more straight than this? So now I know it looks kind of orangey, but see how now it looks a little bit slimmer right here? It just looks dark on the edges. I'm gonna do forehead right in the hairline. This color comes off more orange on camera than it does in real life, which is kind of crazy to say because I feel like I look like a clown right now. When it comes to contour, see how my jawline right here is light and then there's a shadow right here? That's because your body is backward and your face is forward, meaning if I stand to the side, see how my body is back here but my face is here? That means your face is actually gonna be lighter than the rest of your body. But your face makeup shouldn't be a perfect match to this part of your body. It should be a touch lighter. So when it comes to contouring, you wanna follow that shadow, which is underneath. And another thing that I loved watching his video, don't do this, because you're contorting your face. So I just kind of lift my head up without really moving too much. Now see that crazy line? It's nuts, so blend. I thought it was so cool watching his video because he was talking about his OG body bling, which I have heard of but never used. He said that the continuity of the shoots with his celebrities that he would work on and his clients would be completely non-existent if they had spray tan. So he created Body Bling, which was a washable, transfer kind of resistant product that he can make them look tan and have a glow, so they can just go home and wash it off. So then when they go to whatever movie set they were filming on, they would still have the same skin tone, which was awesome. I thought that was so cool, and it makes sense. I was mentioning before from him where his tip was, your body is backward and your face is forward. This is just reinforcing the fact that your body's back. See that shadow right underneath here? It's crazy. I do like to start with the highlight, but I just jumped into the contour, so bear with me. I'm using MAC's Prolongwear Concealer. Now, I use the Studio Fix Fluid Foundation in NC18. My skin tone is in between neutral and yellow. It's literally right in between. So some products turn very pink on me and some products turn very golden and yellow on me. I'm kind of right in between. This is very pink, but I'm using it because it's a really great highlight shade for this kind of makeup. So see how bright and forward this looks? And see how forward right here is, where you can still see some shadow here? It's crazy the difference. Now, when it comes to this concealer, I just used one pump on the back of my hand. There's still some on there. So you don't need to go crazy heavy when it comes to doing this kind of makeup, but at the same time, if you want to go super like heavy and glam and that's your thing, go for it, but the foundation will just bring back my natural skin tone. Now, this is gonna be hard because I already have my brows on, and this kind of makeup, I never put my brows first, so we shall see what happens. So I'm gonna be using MAC Studio Fix Fluid, NC18. Now you do not need a lot. I am running low on my foundation. Look at that. So let me just see. So this is a small eyeshadow brush. Look at how much foundation is on there. Not a lot. So I'm gonna be taking another Morphe brush. Oh, here's a number, G36. And I'm gonna start just like Scott Barnes does on the neck. Now I'm just taking the smallest amount and really pressing it into the brush. There's no makeup on this part of my hand. And I am really blending it into the neck and up. And I did wear this out to work at my regular job and then at MAC. And the comments I got was that my skin looked really great, and then I just looked really bronze. So all of these lines I'm just blending kind of together. See how that is blending super smooth compared to what it looked like before? See how you just get this small amount of bronze? Now I like to do the non-tour, so that's why I only like a small amount of shape. Now I'm just pressing for coverage because my nose can get a little oily and things can move and slip inside. Like, look at that. Get a little bit of the contour, and it works so well. Okay, so now I'm going to be using the MAC's Sculpt and Shape Contour Palette. This one is in the light medium palette. This is my favorite. I love these powders. These powders have been around forever. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using a couple of different shades. Cream and Accentuate are my two favorites. Cream and Accentuate. The peach is really great for underneath the eye, and it's going to help. So it's going to set and brighten while setting with a sheen instead of a complete matte finish. Like, look at that, look how bright. Now I get oily all the way down my nose. So right where we highlighted is where I'm just casually pressing a little bit of powder. Same two powders, literally just dab, dab, dab. The next thing I'm gonna do is take a Morphe M528. Looks like this, clearly been loved. And I'm gonna be dipping into my favorite color, this darker one right here. This one here is called Sculpt. Now I'm just gonna lightly, very lightly, because it's a cream product, so it does set, but because it starts out as a cream, it's still a little sticky. And if you go too heavy, you'll get a really solid line. What are your products that you love the idea of, but you either can't stand to use or don't know how to use? I'd love to know, because I was watching a hair tutorial just this morning and someone was doing that. It was a hairstylist going out finding drugstore products that people said, hey, I always see this in the drugstore, but they never know how to use it and make it work. So let me know what you find you love the idea of, but you can't make it work, or maybe you don't have time to figure something out. See how even close up, I'm gonna zoom in. See how even close up, you can't really see lines. Now, see this here? That's a dent because I wear glasses. So that shadow disappears once the light kind of hits the right spot. Now that the contour's done, I'm gonna do some bronzing. My favorite ever, this powder from MAC. It is so good. It used to be a permanent item, then it got discontinued, and now they brought it back. This is an iridescent loose powder, so it has shimmer. It's beautiful all over the body. This particular color is a golden bronze. It gives you a very beautiful golden glow, very J-Lo. Speaking of Scott Burns, very J-Lo. You have to try it. So I'm gonna use a similar looking brush. It's called an R5. It almost looks identical to the one I used before. And I'm gonna apply it on the apples of my cheeks. See how you get that golden glow? And I'm gonna hit just where I put a little bit of the contour. You can do a little on the collarbones. The best way to do it is just kind of move your shoulders forward. It looks kind of strange, but you see this bone structure here? That's where you want to run it. Now I do want to add a touch more color. I'm going in with blush. Just a little bit of MAC Sunbasque. I hit the apple, again, the apple of the cheek. See, it has just a touch more rose than this side, and then lightly bring the extra back. And then brought it back. Now you're probably saying, holy moly, that's a lot of blush. It's fine. It shows up well on camera because in real life, it does not look that rosy. MAC's Hyper Real Glow Palette, one of the best. I'm using a MAC 227. It's a beautiful, short, stubby kind of brush. And I'm going into the middle shade, right on the high point of my cheek. This reflects light, so in turn it gets rid of some of that pinky rosy color. And then I'm gonna actually go in, I just use the same brush, right on the inner corner of my eye. Just to add a little extra shine. Now, I don't highlight down the nose. I'm really oily, so in an hour it's gonna look crazy shiny. Besides that, let me pop on a little bit of shadow, a little bit of lips, and fix the hair. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back with my finished look. I did forget to do my setting spray, so I'm gonna do that. So I'm actually gonna finish off my look with the Fix Plus Matte. I get really shiny, so this is just gonna help get rid of that extra glow, I should say. Foundation brush, and I press it in. What I did on my eyes, for anyone wondering, I actually took products that I already had out. My lid color is the dark bronze from the Hyper Real Glow palette. The upper crease color is the Bone Beige from the Sculpt palette. And then surprisingly, this kind of taupey color in here and this darker color that's on the outer corner and under my eyes. This color, it's called Truffled Up. Besides that, that is my look. Thank you for watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps me know what you guys like. Please comment below and let me know what else you guys like me to do. I'm really excited to start some new and fun things when it comes to YouTube. See you later.